So family, as most of you know now, about the tragic passing of the young brother PNB Rock, you know, the rapper, the entertainer there. Wow, man. It just seems like every time we look up, man, we're losing a lot of these young brothers out here that's in this rap game today. But first and foremost, condolences and RIP to that brother's family. Man, you know, I feel sorry for, you know, his kids and everything, all his loved ones. But we're going to have to point out some things in the hopes that maybe we can use this as a teaching moment to hopefully save some lives, young black men and young black women as well. I've heard a lot of takes on this. I've seen a lot of people go over it, you know, from different perspectives. But one thing that you can count on when you come over here to this platform, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Let me go ahead and state something right now. I am not going to blame the victims, but what we are going to do is point out what was done wrong and what could have been done different. So one of the things I want to do was go back and start with this interview by DJ Academics here, where he was talking to him. It's a couple of things we got to analyze and point out about this situation, because this happened before the young brother, you know, lost his life there. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and, you know, examine this, and we're going to break this down, and I'm going to actually give people some things that they can use so that hopefully you will not be caught up in situations like this. So let's let this interview play here.
About that situation. By the way, like you said, you've lived in LA. Yeah. Like LA's always felt a little spooky to me. And just tell me, and it's fine. Tell me if it's just me being pussy. But like, just LA. I think because LA is synonymous with the death of Biggie, death of Pac. Yeah. And I think it's just so much where like niggas might be like ganged up other places, but I've never seen gang culture over there. It's just so serious. Crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I went through some shit when I first like was having in LA with some niggas from Grape Street. These my niggas to this day. You feel me? O3 Greedo and them. Yeah. You feel me?
I want to pause it right there, right? So, as you heard, DJ Academics accurately stated that we all know the history of LA when it comes to entertainers. We saw what happened to the brother Tupac. He was killed in Vegas, but it was some LA guys that did it. Then we saw what happened with the brother Biggie Smalls when he went out there. Okay. Now, being that that's the past and that's what we saw happen then, we're always supposed to use history to help us navigate present day and the future. And this is one of the things that I would like to see the OGs start taking more time out to educate these younger brothers. Now, I already know what a lot of people gonna say. The younger entertainers are getting a lot more money than the older guys, so a lot of times they're not gonna listen. However, I'm gonna tell you where you do get your opportunity to talk to them. A lot of these brothers that came before the younger generation of rappers do have opportunities to go in the studios with them, to produce tracks with them. Sometimes they may hang out with them. It's better for you to, in good conscience, try to talk to these young brothers out here, and then they take it or leave it, versus you just say, oh, they ain't gonna never listen. Because see, even when it comes to things dealing with outside of like rappers or athletes or what have you, one of the things I want us to remember as older black men, when we talking to younger black men, we got to talk to them like they're men. We can't talk to them like they're children. That right there alone will determine a great deal about whether the younger man will listen to you, especially if you are a solid brother. That's the other thing. You got to have a solid reputation in order to be an older person to address a younger black man today, in order for them to listen to you. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So the other thing, going back to what the brother PNB Rock said here, he was saying that, yo, they're my niggas to this day. No, son. No, son. They were not your niggas. They were not your niggas. This young brother was from Philadelphia. From what I understand, he was not a gangbanger, wasn't into this street life or what have you. So a lot of times what happens is a lot of these young brothers will get to the bag, you know, and I'm not just talking about rappers. I'm talking about athletes or whatever the case may be. A lot of times brothers will get to the bag like that. And a lot of times they'll think, okay, money is going to solidify my manhood. Getting some tattoos is going to solidify my manhood. No, it's more to it than that. And we're going to examine that the further on we go into this interview here.
Try to do some type of shit, but they seen that I wasn't on that shit. You feel me? Like, they try to approach me on some cool shit, but I'm just knowing too much. I'm from the trenches too, so I'm just like not paying it. I'm not taking it lightly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm clutching and all that. Like, I'm like, bro, what is y'all niggas trying to do? Like, I'm going off of the energy. Fuck what you saying right now. I know what you saying, but it's like I'm getting it too. You feel me? Like, I'm not slow. I'm not no fucking dickhead. It's like, what's...
I want to pause right there, right? I want y'all to listen to what the young brother PNB Rock just said here. See, here's the thing, right? And I've had this conversation with younger brothers. I've had this conversation with members of my family. There is no shame if you are the square kid, the square guy, and you went out there in the streets. There's a lot of misconceptions that the youth will often get. They will think that because their hood was hard that they are. Now, I'm not saying that he was soft or anything. The point that I'm making is if you come from an area that was active, let's just say he was from a place in Philadelphia, because there's a lot going on in Philadelphia. Let's just say you come from a place where things are very active like that, but you went out there in that mix. That doesn't mean that you are part of that element. It just means that you grew up in it and you see certain things. So you should learn how to move, especially when you go and move to another state where you don't have family. You don't know the lay of the land. You don't know nobody out there, and you're very successful and you become a public figure now. You can't move the same way. You can't move the same way. But I just wanted to point that part out. I want any of you young black men that come over here and listen to this, please listen to what I'm saying. And definitely, I'm going to definitely have to point out the other half of this equation here, which definitely did factor into it. And I want you women to listen to what I'm saying. All of y'all know that every time I speak to you, it's going to be from a place of good faith. So let's continue examining this interview here.
Going on, bro? Like, what y'all trying to do? Like, and when they peeped it, they like, oh no, this nigga ain't no fuck nigga. Like, he on some shit like we really could fuck with this nigga, like on some real shit. And when they peeped it, like they started like getting a little bit more lackadaisical, and it's like, all right, we could talk, you feel me? And they trying to test me like on some test me shit. Like, they was just like, yeah, come to the hood, you feel me? Like, come up to the hood. Come to the hood. I went to their hood, you feel me? With strapped up, you feel me? Like, I went with my niggas. Like, it was like 3 of us, and we wasn't crazy deep.
Now, listen to what he just said. He said they was trying to test him, and they were. You from out of town. They know you're not from there just by the way you talk, by the way you walk and everything. See, that's one thing, particularly in black society. We know if you're not from around where we grew up at. Okay, that's in any city or state in this country. We know when you're not from here. Okay, it's just things that are different from region to region with our culture, from the lingo you use, the way you dress and everything. We know when you're not from there. And see, unfortunately, what the young brother PNB Rock didn't realize was that they were sizing him up and they were trying to see what he was made of. And, you know, he wasn't supposed to take off screaming and running like no girl, but he should have learned from that situation instead of trying to prove something to them and going to hang out in the hood with them, which is one thing that's very deceptive over there in LA. There's a lot of hoods that don't look like hoods, but instead of trying to go hang out with these guys on the block, you got to understand something, brother. You have a successful career. Them brothers that you hanging out with on that block ain't got shit to lose. And I want y'all to hear me very clearly when I say this to you. When you get to that level where this young brother was, okay, you don't hang around other people like that ain't got shit to lose, especially if they're not your family, if you're not known in that neighborhood to the point where it's good for you to come through there like that, and you know you got love where everybody looking out for you, you don't do that, man. See, today, and I don't know what this young brother's family upbringing was like. I don't know, if he grew up with his father in his life. But if you did grow up with a father in your life, all of us that did, for those of us fortunate to have had that scenario in a family situation, your father is going to game you up on things. Your uncle's going to game you up on things about how to move in the world. I mean, it's like the older that you get, your father's always going to be instructing you on how to carry yourself as you get older. The things that you do, the things that you don't do, how to watch your environment, okay? The company that you keep. He's going, and it definitely one of the earliest conversations that your father should have with you is on the importance of being a leader of yourself and not a follower. A leader of yourself and not a follower, meaning that as a man, your manhood, you don't have to prove that to other people. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. And that's all that matters. So now, unless you're in a situation where you have to defend yourself, you ain't got nothing to prove, man. See, unfortunately, and I've seen this in my generation because I'm a Generation X, so I understand that times have changed. But here's the one thing that has remained consistent. We got to get this thing out of our community where we feel like we got to prove something to somebody. That brother shouldn't have went nowhere near that block because, see, let's just take it this way. Let's just say the people he was talking about, he was actually cool with them, right? Let's just say they meant him no harm. They can't speak for everybody else. It's always going to be somebody out there. Look at this motherfucker, man. You ain't even from here. You going to come over here, you stunting like that. They probably looking at this old lady and shit like, damn, man, look at her. He's shining, man. That should be me. Unfortunately, that's a fucked up mentality, but we got to tell the truth. That's what exists in our community today. So see, all of these things, a younger man, oftentimes, if he hadn't had anybody to sit them down and game them up like I'm speaking here, and hopefully this will stick with some of you young brothers who are upwardly mobile and successful. If they've never had anybody to sit them down and tell them this, they don't think about these types of things. It's a part of manhood training that you can only get from other experienced men that know how to move out here in the world. So, unfortunately, maybe he did not have that. That might have been the case, or maybe he had it. And, one of the things that's hard to do when a young man gets that kind of money, it's kind of hard to get them to listen to other people. And as I get ready to continue examining this, I want to make this clear to you, young brothers. Do not think that any amount of money means that you do not need to keep taking in wisdom from people that have lived longer than you. Those of us that care about you want to see you get to our age and enjoy the fruits of your labor and accomplish everything that you set out to with your mind to accomplish and live long, successful lives. But with that said, let us examine the rest of this.
Because I just be wanting niggas to know, like, nigga, I'm like y'all. I'm just like y'all, bro. You feel me?
No, my brother, you wouldn't like them. No, my brother, you wouldn't like them. See, again, he needed to have understood that if you think you just like them, that means that everybody that he was out there with could get on a plane and go anywhere in the world they want to go just like he could. That means they would have similar jewelry to what he had on, okay? That means they would be driving a similar car. That means they would have been making similar business deals. See, no. In order to get that reputation, do not put yourself in harm's way. If you didn't come up in that street life, if you didn't come up out there on no block, you don't wait until you get in your late mid-20s and go trying to get that reputation then. That's not who you are, and that's okay. Be yourself. Be yourself. Let's continue.
Like, I'm just like you. I came from the trenches, and I want niggas to, like, I don't know why I used to be like that.
It's that respect, right?
It's like, yeah, I don't know why I used to always have that. Like, everywhere I go, I wanted to touch the hood. Like,
And it's also to kind of let them know, like, yo, y'all built from the same topic. Because sometimes people, they'll think that, oh, it's only niggas that come from where we at built like this.
And no kizzy. So when they seen that, though, them niggas respect and hate. They like, oh, no, this nigga PNB coming different. You know how many niggas that we done asked and had the same conversation with and told them to pull up to the block? And them niggas said they was going to come to the block.
So them niggas ain't coming to the block at 8 o'clock.
Them niggas never pulled up.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch did the same shit when I pulled up the Roddy Ricch projects. 2 different times before Roddy Ricch was even like super heavy. It was like, damn, bro, you just came out here like it was just me and him. Me and him went to the projects. And he like, bro, like you ain't got no security and none of that shit. And it's like, bro, I got security, but I don't got security. You feel me? Like I be on my shit too. You feel me? So I be on angles. I'm already watching everything that's going on. So it's gonna be kind of hard for you to give me because I used to do the same shit. Like,
so let's analyze this, right? When it comes to security, understand that when you start making a significant amount of money as a public figure and an entertainer, that is the first thing that you are supposed to get. Get yourself professional security. Take it from somebody that understands exactly how that works. That is one of my specialties. Understand that you get professional security, get executive security, the type of security where if you are getting ready to start your day, understand that they're going to inquire of you what your itinerary is for today. That day, they're going to inquire what you're supposed to be doing, where you going, who you going to be meeting with. I mean, they're going to be all up in your business in order to do the job right because they can't protect you unless they know exactly what your day is going to be. So when you pay good money for good security, let me tell you how that's going to go. You tell them what you're thinking about doing for the day. Before you even go to those spots, they go check that out. They go check that out and let you know, okay, if this is going to be a good look for you to go there or not. Okay. See, understand something. When you start looking at the Jay-Z's and all of these other entertainers, man, that you can look at and you see them living a certain type of way, you better believe you go run up on one of them if you want to. You'll be lucky if you even get within a stone's throw of them before they security handle your ass. And see, understand something. I'm just going to use Camel Jay-Z, who y'all already know how I feel about him. But just using him for an example, or Elon Musk, let's use a white guy. Understand something, man. They don't look at it as if it's a shameful thing to have security because they know what they're worth. And they understand that they've got enemies. Even people that they've never met or never had a conversation with will wish them harm. I mean, let's just face it. You got what they want, okay, for whatever reason. People don't care that you earned it. All they know is that you got it and they want it. So understand this. When it comes to having security, you heard the young brother say that he's already watching and he already know what's going on because he used to be on this or that, which he wasn't no block boy. You just one man. You can't see any and everything. You can't see any and everything. That is impossible. When you get to that point and you are worth what he was worth, you don't even supposed to be trying to see everything on your own. You got to get you a professional team whose job it is to watch your back. You're going to have to. That is necessary, especially if you have a family. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but let's let them continue.
That probably gives you a lot of like respect and shit like that.
Yeah, niggas fuck with that for sure.
But I know like LA's gotten just weird and like I think during the pandemic I've been just hearing too much stories like niggas getting watches taking off.
Somebody tried me on Fairfax like mid-pandemic. But it was
why
like
they so bold though?
I don't know. I guess because niggas be sweet. You feel me? And niggas see me with my family and nigga, they think I'm just out here lacking. You know what I'm saying? So it would be one of those type of situations. So where like niggas,
y'all hear that just walking up to niggas in like broad daylight, like yo, give me your chain. Like I'm like yo,
niggas try me on some. It be like every time
they try to take your jewelry or some shit.
I don't know, but it be like I be on shit and I'm not where I'm from. We like sneaky criminals. Like LA is like they bold. It's like they want you to know. They want to spark a conversation with you first before they get into some shit. Some of them might just go crazy. Like I know some niggas like that too. They might be on their sneaky shit too. But the majority of the times I got into some shit, it was like they just gave they drop up too fast. You feel me? So the second time I got into some shit, it was like niggas was just talking loud as shit, wanting me to hear their conversation. And it's like I'm with my peoples, like I'm with my daughter and my girl. Like why they talking about this gangster shit? Like with this around, like we outside, we on Fairfax. I'm like, man, you know, I already peed the bitch. We out.
Gangsters out there on Fairfax.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like what the fuck is going on? Like I'm on Fairfax right now. So
Pause right there. Okay. Now let's analyze this and see. One of the things that I'm gonna say, and I gotta tell the truth with this. DJ Academics, I'm listening to how he's talking, and you know he's not foundational Black American. I'm listening to how he's talking, and I've watched how he's been moving. Okay? Everybody knows them fresh and fit guys over there with that podcast. This is how I know that DJ Academic don't understand how these streets work out here. You wouldn't be kicking it with somebody like them fresh and fit guys, because they've had several altercations over there on that podcast with somebody kicking in their door and dealing with these old grimy chicks, man. They're going to end up getting set up. I don't wish it, but that's Miami they dealing with. You're going to hear why I'm saying that about DJ Academics in a little bit. But with the brother PNB Rock, right? You got to understand that today, and I want all of y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to say. There's this misconception when people say the hood, as if people that'll do you something are just confined to that one little box, and you don't think that they're going to go outside of that box. Anybody that's telling you that, anybody that believe that, you are sorely mistaken. Understand something, man. Understand something. Look back over there in California, and a lot of y'all probably remember the rapper from Atlanta named Dollar, okay? Had that song, Who the Fuck Is That? That guy right there, right? Remember that song? He was over there in the Beverly Center when they got at him, and you saw how that went. So I'm just giving you an example about that region over there. That is one of the places where it don't matter where you at. If they coming to get you, they coming to get you. If that's what they got in their mind to do. Especially if you got some type of situation going on, like they say Pop Smoke had, okay? I ain't gonna get into all of that. Those of you that know, but he did some stuff, and then he thought that wasn't gonna catch up with him. Unfortunately, it did. That's another thing you gotta make sure that you're not doing out here. If you somebody that has just gotten money to the point where you can do just about whatever you've always wanted to do, don't think that having money alone makes you invincible. And I'm not saying that about the brother PNB Rock. I'm just saying it for future reference of other young brothers that may happen to hear this. Having money alone does not give you the skill set you need to navigate life and make sure that you're secure. If anything, it makes you a bigger target. You will have more envy than you could even imagine coming your way. Even if you've never done people any harm, you got to understand what you're dealing with out here, right? So in the situation with the brother PNB Rock, where he's talking about, you know, these people ran up on him and he's recounting it. I want y'all to pay attention to some things he's about to say here.
Hey man, we out of here. You feel me? Like we going. My girl, like, no, we ain't. What's wrong? I'm like, I'm just going off of the vibes. Like we out.
Is she peeping the energy? Because I'm
she
you
ain't
on
peeping.
point.
Yeah, she ain't peeping. She was thinking I'm tripping
about women sometimes.
She be thinking I'm tripping. So in the mix of all this, I'm like, no, we out. So she peeped it. I'm serious. She's like, no, we out. We drive probably like 2 blocks in the street. She thinking this shit a game. She pulled over somewhere else. Like, oh, I wanted to go to this store right here. And then in the mix of me, like telling her like where the park at, it's like somebody just came fast as shit and took the parking spot, like the same spot that we. Yeah. I'm like, dude, they must have been following me or something, bro. How the fuck this car get behind me this fast? Like I ain't even look. I look back and that shit was there quick as shit.
So let's go ahead and get into what I really am going to flesh out about if you are dating a woman, the importance of making sure that who you dealing with is a woman that is going to follow your instructions. Ladies, listen to me, ladies. I don't give a damn if you're not going to like what I'm about to say. I am not blaming her for his death. What I'm going to point out is As we see, unfortunately, when you are hard-headed, when a man is trying to tell you something in regards to what not to do in a safety situation, and you don't take that seriously, you put all of us in danger. Me, you, if we got children, you put the children in danger. So I'm going to tell you brothers out here, understand something. Early on, you make sure that it's established. Any woman that you're dealing with, you make sure that she's going to actually follow your program, and she knows that when you say something, it ain't no argument. We're not going back and forth. What I have said is what I said, and I meant what I said. Now, if you're not going to deal with that, then I'm not the person to deal with you. And we can go ahead and end this right now. Because, see, these are life or death situations. A woman that can't follow instructions, man, that's a detriment to a man. And see, especially if it's something serious. And see, with the situation here where he's describing how them guys pulled up on him so fast, this lets you know that he really didn't understand how the flow of LA moves, man. LA is a very, very, very fast city, man. It's a very fast city. Very fast city. In fact, this is something I often tell people that make this misconception. A lot of people tend to think that because you move from California or New York or Texas or wherever, that you come over to Atlanta, that it's not just as fast. Oh, no, it's the same. There's only one difference. Over here in Atlanta and other parts of Georgia, you probably won't have an issue unless you go over here starting something with somebody. But just know that if it goes there, it's going to go from 0 to 60 real fast. One of the reasons why you don't hear about a lot of stuff going on over here in Georgia, especially in cities outside of Atlanta, I'm going to tell you something, man. The difference is, especially the further south you go, it's a lot of swamps here. And a lot of times, I'm not glorifying it, but I'm going to tell you something that only people from here will be able to verify and tell you. The further south you go, especially in Georgia, if you end up getting into something, and the brothers get with you to the point where they get you up out of here, guess what's in the swamp? They get rid of evidence. A bunch of gators. I'm not making that up. I'm telling you like it is. See, all these one-time at band camp stories about Atlanta and Georgia and stuff like that, y'all better, man, you better start talking to the natives that are from this state and from these cities down here so you can get the real, not what you see on TV or what you hear in music. So I just want to dispel that myth that a lot of people keep saying, well, yeah, come to the South and you can do all the flaws and the flat. No, you can't do it over here neither. You can't do it over here neither because, see, before we finish analyzing this, I want to name some cities that a lot of y'all probably had never heard of outside of Atlanta. When you start coming to Macon, Georgia, Warner Robins, Georgia, Dublin, Georgia, Statesboro, Swainsboro, Albany, Georgia, and heaven knows you get down towards Waycross, Georgia. I mean, I'm just giving you some names of places, man. Look, there's a small town called Alamo, Georgia. Boy, you go out there with them country niggas, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you gonna stun on somebody if you want to. Oh, they'll run you up out of there real fast. Eastman, Georgia. McRae, Georgia. Man, Baxley, Georgia. Man, listen. I just wanted to take the time to get that straight about a lot of people thinking about, you know, hey, just go down south. Because a lot of times people say come down south. They usually talking about come to Atlanta or Georgia. Don't come over here playing. But let's further examine this, man. I want y'all to pay close attention.
And then when I walked past, like, the car bombed out. Like, this shit tended to the max.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting all this heat coming from the car, though. Like, I'm feeling the energy coming from the car. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Who that car? Like, on some other shit. I ain't go in the store for 2 seconds. The same people coming from out the car, hop in the store, hype as shit. Say some gangbanging shit, like some shit. I don't know what they say. They said some shit out loud.
Set tripping.
But it was like, son, that I recognize the energy. You feel me? I'm like, what? You feel me? Like, he like started talking to me on some gangster shit. Like, I'm like, bro, do you know me? Like, you know me from somewhere? He like, nigga, yeah, I know who you is. Trying to get me to like get into some shit. So I'm like, man, I flagged him off and I just walked out the store because I already know like where this shit about to go. You feel me?
You know that make you nervous? Is like you with like your girl.
No, that's why I be trying to be cool because you don't want to be nervous and make it seem like something about that. You want them to be as calm as possible. You feel me? You want your girl and your kids to be like making it seem like everything is cool. Ain't nothing about to happen to us. You feel me? Like we super good.
So This is what you got to understand now. That scenario that he just described, this is where you need your security at, right? Because see, if you got professional security, now you have a team that's going to make sure everybody good. First of all, ain't too many people finna be able to get close to you like that. Second of all, most people going to reconsider approaching you like that unless it's something to the point where you've done something, you active, and you owe somebody some money. They going to back off because they'll be like, hey, man, this kind of security he got, we ain't even trying to do that right now. We're going to have to catch him later. So if you got security and you got a family, that security going to go ahead and let you know, hey, we got to get your family up out of here. Whatever need to be done, we finna get them out of harm's way. One man can't do that. Okay? One man can't do that. And see, this is why I wish and I hope, it is my deepest, most fervent wish that the young brothers that have witnessed this happen to this brother here, because he should still be here, man. He should still be here. He really should, man. Him and several other young brothers his age should still be here. I hope that they take security seriously now. I hope that they understand that you can't just be out here like that and just say, oh, man, I'm good. Ain't nobody gonna bother me. No, man, no. You can't do that, especially if you got a family. It is well worth it for you to invest in professional security. I can't say that enough. But let's continue examining this.
I just be cool. I just kept it cordial. I'm like, come on, man, we out. These niggas on some real shit. Yeah. You feel me? They got to the car, and while they get to the car, that's when I let niggas know, like, I'm not on that. You feel me? And I ain't gonna say what happened, but niggas know that I'm just not on that. Yeah. It's like, all right. He ain't one of them. You feel me?
At least they didn't take your. I heard. Well, I won't name the rappers, but I've heard of like 3 rappers. Like it's so commonplace now.
More than
like,
3 niggas be getting their shit took, and it don't be spoken about because it's like, why you gonna talk about?
I hear it's so normal that. Like, usually when you rob a rapper, like, everybody knows. It's like, oh, shit, that nigga got his shit took. I'm hearing it in
It used to be like that. Niggas used to be like, yeah, oh, yeah, we got such and such chain. But now it's like, it's so common, and niggas don't want you to know they stole niggas shit. You feel me? Niggas don't want that shit to come back on them. Niggas is getting locked up. People is coming back for niggas. Like, it's like, once you get away with some shit, why you won't make that shit hot? Niggas ain't, everybody ain't dumb.
Shit, but they ain't taking nothing from you.
No, I never got robbed ever in my life. I ain't gonna say never because I don't like saying never. I'm not suspicious. I'm not superstitious enough like that, but I haven't been robbed.
This is the part of that interview that, man, it chills my soul, man, because unfortunately, even if you don't think you're a big deal, young brothers, even if you don't consider yourself a public figure to the point that you're well known, if you are out here getting the type of money that this young brother was getting, you can better believe that people that you've never met are watching you. And unfortunately, them same people that ran up on this brother and took his life senselessly, they were watching this. I guarantee you they were watching this interview and they said, oh, yeah, nigga, you ain't never been robbed? See, them coon goons, as we gonna call them, them fucking coon goons, they took that as an open challenge saying, oh, you think you untouchable, huh? See, that's how dusty, worthless, low-life bag of dog shit that ain't got no type of talent or way to earn no living think. They looked at that as like, yeah, okay, that's an open challenge. We gonna pull up on you for that. That's what they was thinking, I'm telling you. And see, you know, I just wish boy, it's just like, for me, man, I hope that every young brother gets a chance to make it to at least where my age is. Okay? I want to see y'all get into y'all 40s and 50s, man. And, you know, the older guys out here, man, that's what we want to see for y'all, man. We love y'all, man. Those of us that actually give a damn. And we're going to have to start doing a better job as older black men and letting these brothers know that we really do give a damn about them. We do. So a lot of times, you know, we got to change that culture of just looking at them as if, okay, they never going to appreciate any type of word from them. We have to try, brothers. We have to, because especially for the ones that didn't grow up with a father, man, you know, where they will receive whatever we can give them as far as like knowledge and wisdom, we got to try to put it out there, man, because they shouldn't be dying this young, man. They shouldn't, man. That just kills me. I hate that. I hate that went down the way it did, because I'm just listening to him. He don't seem like he was no disrespectful brother. He don't seem like he was the type of brother to be running up on nobody, starting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody comes out with information to the contrary, he seemed like an average guy, man. Just trying to do his thing with his talent, earn a living and feed his family, man. And every young black man should have the right to do that. But see, we got people that ain't worth a drop of piss in our community that will look at a brother, and instead of being inspired by what he does, they'll go and hate on the man and take his life. See, for the dusty niggas that's on that, don't you understand that it would have been better for you to approach this brother and ask if he got a job for you? Hell, even if you was just carrying the brother's bags, that would have given you an opportunity to be around some damn money, and you could soak up game and possibly springboard to something else through connections. But you rather get this brother's jewelry and his chain and take his life in the process? Oh, man, that's, nothing good is going to come to the people that did it, though. Even if they never catch you. Nothing good is going to come to you, because, see, what you put out in the universe, you better understand something. You will get it back. You will get back what you put out into the universe. Let's continue examining this.
That's why I feel like LA's spooky, man. Like, it's just so bold. Like, I'm seeing mad videos. It's broad. Like, they don't even do it at night. Like night maybe, but broad daylight, that's what they really do it.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
And it's not one of those shit where they're kind of walking up, like hoodied up, like just trying to sneak through. They just walking like a regular nigga.
And we got this shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know, man.
What the fuck is going on?
This is the new generation, that shit like everybody on some demon shit, demon time, this, demon that.
It's so funny because that don't happen like in Miami or whatever. Where's your face?
Yes, it do.
Really?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what DJ Academics just said? That don't really happen in Miami like that. And then PNB Rock, as far as I know, foundational Black American, he may not be. He schooled him on what it was, and he was like, really? I'm like, yeah, really, pudgy boy. See, the reason why he said that, because he's accustomed to going down there and hanging with them fresh and fit flunkies, like I mentioned earlier. Let me talk to these black immigrants for a minute. A lot of y'all come over here, man, and what you do is you emulate hip-hop culture and movies, and that you think that means that now you understand what's going on. You don't know nothing about what's going on over here. For him to even say that, to be surprised that happens in Miami, that lets you know he don't know nothing about that city, man. New York, LA, Atlanta, Miami. Those are the 4 cities here that will kill you quicker than anything if you don't know what the fuck you doing. If you don't know people from here and you come running down here a certain way, man, listen, man, them 4 cities I just named will take you up out of here, man. And see, that's one thing academics better start being careful with. If I was him, and maybe, hopefully, if you hear this, academics, if somebody get this to you, you better cut ties with them fresh and fit flunkies, man. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not wishing it on them, but it's coming. Look at how they moving. It's just a matter of time. Myron, so-called Myron Gaines, has a very big mouth. That is a bad city to have a big mouth in. Them guys down there don't give a damn about him being no former federal agent. In fact, they have a hatred for those like him down there. That fresh and fit thing, and I'm saying this for a reason. The situation with them fresh and fit guys, man, you don't have people coming into your home like that, especially with the situation where you giving them girls alcohol and stuff like that. Then you inviting different types of women that you know you ain't really supposed to be fooling with, no kind of way. And things go left. It's just a matter of time for you deal with the wrong one and she set you up. Academics, I'm saying this to you, brother. I hope somebody get this to you. Or hopefully you've already figured it out. You better cut ties with them guys, man. You better cut ties with them. Let's continue examining this.
Bro, I know a couple niggas that got robbed in Miami, bro.
Oh, shit.
Niggas got robbed in Miami.
Where's your favorite place to be? Outside.
Honestly, I like LA.
LA?
Yeah, I like it because, like I said, I do me. I keep it to where it's like I don't really be outside like that neither. You know what I'm saying? To be like in the mix of the dumb shit. Where I'm at, I'm going to the shop. I'm going to get some drip. I'm going to probably go to the bank. You know, I'm at places where niggas probably ain't really going to be at on no gangster shit. Yeah. Doing the same shit I'm doing. You feel me?
So now you hear what the young brother PNB Rock just said? Think back to what he said earlier in this interview. He was talking about when he was out there on the block, he wanted them to know, I'm just like you, I'm from the trenches. He just said out of his own mouth, and this is where it takes the older men to point common sense out to the younger brothers. He just said out of his mouth the things that he's doing. The guys like that are not going to be on that. That should have let him know that he's different, and he did know he was different. Unfortunately, young brother was trying to fit in, man, somewhere where he didn't belong. That I can't stress that enough. You do not have to try to fit in where you don't belong. You be yourself. Wherever your life's journey has led you is where you're supposed to be. Don't never go backwards, because we have so many, and this brother wasn't on that, but we have so many brothers that will come from those circumstances and then try to go backwards. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, but let's continue examining.
9 times out of 10, I'm not going to the club. Niggas ain't gonna be able to catch me after no club, no strip club, none of that. That be where the shit. Nigga be out lacking. It's just like, I'm just not doing that. Feel me?
I definitely agree with you.
I'm not gonna put myself in those situations because I know what happened in those situations. You feel me? Like, this shit.
Hey, what do you think about, and I think a bunch of people have said this, they said being a rapper is one of the most dangerous professions. Yeah. I'm wondering, what do you think about that? Because you're a rapper, obviously people think a certain type of way. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, even the thing that happened with Lil TJ, you know what I mean? I think that shook a lot of people up because they're like, damn, Edgewater used to be the spot where everybody's at. Like, that's where everybody get a little bit of money, they're there. Now you realizing, like, people either trying to, niggas is looking at rappers as targets. Like, does it make you move a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, ever since my brother got killed, like my oldest brother, I've been moving different since. You feel me? Like, it just been something in me to just let me know, like, this shit real life. I done seen people die. I done been around people that died. But when that shit hit your crib, it's like, you know, like, all right, no, this shit real life. You feel me? Like, anybody can die. You fuck. It could be anybody. Like, the last person that you expected could die. It's like, once that shit hit home to that point, it was like, all right, no, I gotta be on my shit. Like, a nigga can't just walk up on me. For me, a nigga can't just even look at me like on some.
It doesn't make you nervous though, like.
Oh, it make me just alert. Like when I'm out the country, that's probably the only time I'm gonna be like a little bit like, a little bit free.
That's me too.
So this is the other part that hits me in the gut, because as you heard, the young brother said that when he lost his brother, that made him think about things differently. But his mother now is without 2 sons because of some old dusty, low-life fuck niggas. But at the same time, the young brother, unfortunately, this came about because of his lack of experience with what not to do. Okay, because in his mind, he thought he was moving different. But when you make the moves that he was making without security, it sets you up to be vulnerable and to be prey for the type of degenerates that took this brother's life, man. And now his children don't have a father. These are things that I want y'all to think about out here, young brothers. I'm doing this to point out the things that hopefully it will get you to consider what I'm saying and make different choices. Because, see, our lives are precious. Our lives are fragile. I don't care how tough any of us think we are. There are things in life that can take us out of here, man, just like that. Some of the things are beyond our control, but the things that we can control, we want to try to make sure that we exercise proper wisdom and judgment and make sure we diminish our chances of having to be in situations like what occurred with our brother here. But let's continue examining.
I remember saying
I still be on some shit like, even out the country, I be feeling like it's niggas like that out here too. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to run into them niggas, you hear me? Because I ain't on point like I am out here. Like, I got to be on some other shit.
About that situation, but
so now that was the end of the interview. But some other things I want to examine here, okay? We got to take a look at a few things. I want y'all to take a good look at this picture, okay? You see the brother, man, they probably decide to go out and have a nice night out and eat dinner. Nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to be able to enjoy your life, okay? Supposed to be able to enjoy your life, especially if you work hard and you're good at what you do. However, I must say again, if you are a public figure, if you are a person, even if you're not a public figure, you know that your lifestyle is pretty much upwardly mobile to the point where that puts you in a separate income bracket from most other people. You can't move around the same way and go to the same places that everybody else would if you don't have no type of security. Okay? When I look at this, man, it pisses me off because this was a young black couple and they had a family. And now, because of some jealous bastards, that has been destroyed. Who knows what this young man could have grew up to be, man? Like who knows what he was going to become further in life, should I say. A lot of the times, man, these old dusty ass goons, as I'm going to call them, the people that they running up on, they don't never run up on the ones that you would think that, okay, if you going to run up on somebody, get this motherfucker. I got to say it, man. Where y'all punk asses at, man, when these people are killing our people out here, man? When they killing people like Jalen Walker, man, huh? Shooting the brother 60 times and firing over 90 shots. Why y'all ain't pulling up on them if you going to pull up on somebody? If that's what you going to do, why don't you go after them? Somebody made a good point talking about this when it refers to checking in, and that is a part of LA culture. There's no way around it, but I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. The people that's gentrifying your neighborhoods all across this country, you don't make them check in. Why is the check-in always something that has to refer to black people? Why is the check-in never in reference to the people that are actually harming your community? If you really want to say that you run some shit and you a boss of some shit, them same blocks that y'all fighting over that you don't own, how about you take some of that money and try to buy them blocks, man? It ain't no reason why brothers like PNB Rock or Nipsey shouldn't still be here, man. When I think back to what happened to Nipsey, you know, and long live, you know what I'm saying, long live King Nip, man. That marathon gonna continue because, you know, the people that believed in that and wanted to continue, they gonna do everything they can to make sure that legacy goes on. But see, the problem is the same type of fuck nigga that killed Nipsey is the same type of fuck niggas that shot this brother here, man. They ain't building nothing in the community. The only thing they do is destroy what gets built in the community. These are the people in our community that we don't need nowhere around us. We got to separate from them people because they'll destroy everything that we try to build. So now as you look at this picture right here, right? This is the sister that everybody's getting on for posting the location. Let me explain something to you ladies about that, right? And I want y'all to pay attention to me. I'm saying this in a way where you can absorb it. Again, for those that are just coming in, we are not blaming the victims. We are talking about things that could have been done differently and things that should be done different if you are here. Even if you are not a wealthy person, we all need to be mindful about how we move out here in these days and in these times out here. Ladies, understand something. if you must post pictures of when you've gone out with your significant others, pay attention to what I'm about to state next. Post where you were, not where you are. Post where you were, not where you are. Take as much video, as many pictures as you want, but don't you dare post that shit with your location on there while you there. Especially in this brother situation as a public figure. You can't do that, sisters. You can't. I get it. I know that y'all be in the moment. Y'all like to show off. First things first, who you showing off to, for what? But if you must do it safely. Especially if you know that you have your children with you out there. See, you got to understand something, right? Today, a lot of times, when men try to talk to y'all and tell y'all something, man, y'all just can't be told nothing. This thing, you just not going to listen. You're going to do what you want to do. When that brother told her about that situation that they were in where she was with him and they tried to pull up on him then, he shouldn't have had to tell her another time about what not to do. And I would hope that the conversation came up about posting locations. I would hope that it would, because see, let's look at a couple of other things, right? For the people that's solely blaming it on the sister, because yes, it's something that needs to be brought up, but you can't just solely blame it on her. When he pulled up, from what I understand, the brother had a Mercedes. As we all know, the brother had on some expensive jewelry. There's reports that saying that the jewelry was worth at least $200,000 or more. When you step into a place like that, you seen how they were dressed nice. You know what I'm saying? When you step into a place like that, man, everybody gonna be looking at you like, yo, who is that? Damn, look at that car they pulling up in. So when you in a place like LA where information travels very fast, who's to say that some of them same people that he was talking about before wasn't there? Like, ain't that nigga that we were trying to get before? Oh, we got him now, boy. He out there with his family. Hey, hold on, let's make a couple of calls, man. Make sure we can come through. That could have happened. So that's the other scenario besides just her posting the location that might have occurred, right? So now let's get into something else that's more disturbing that a lot of people are saying about his girl, right? A lot of people trying to go the route talking about she set him up. I don't want to believe that. I don't think that happened. But I will say this. Has it happened before? Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Look, I got to tell the truth. I'm not saying that sister did this, but you would be a fool to think that has never happened out here before in these streets. Yeah, hell. Now, a lot of people like, well, man, your baby mama wouldn't do that. Shit. These record label execs are the fucking devil, man. Young brothers, if you are signed to a label, let me give y'all some advice out here. Don't you ever let that goddamn label take no insurance out on you. Because, see, let's just look at it from that standpoint. Because we need to cover all bases here. You should always question everything within reason. Let's just say you signed to a label, because I want this to stick for you young entertainers out here that are rappers. If you come across this, or if you're thinking about doing it, let's just say you signed to a label. Okay. They invest money into you and they're looking at you as a commodity. They don't care nothing about your life. All they care about is how much profit margin they can make off you. So now if within a certain window, they look at it as if you hadn't brought in this amount of profit that they was expecting within a certain time frame, and you've let them take out insurance on you, and that insurance recovers any type of advance they paid out to you and anything that they would consider taking a loss on you, they will easily have you set up and killed. Sometimes it may be by a woman. Sometimes it might be by your enemies. See, you need to understand how demonic these damn record label execs are. They will go and find out everything about you. And they're going to find out if you got enemies out there. You don't think that they'll go and get some of them to do something like that to you and take you up out of here if they got an insurance policy out on you? See, these are the things you need to consider. And this is why I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. These goddamn platforms like DJ Vlad and Adam 21, stop going on these goddamn platforms, young brothers, and telling all your business. I'm just going to say it plain, man. White boys ain't got no business being in your business like that, man. That's not where they belong. They ain't got no business knowing about nothing you did if you was in the streets. They ain't got no business knowing about who you know personally or where you going or what you planning to do. You got to understand something. If you want to claim to be a boss, the first rule of being a boss is silence. You don't talk to any and everybody that you don't know. Now, I'm not saying that was this brother's situation, but I will say it so that those of you who may be rappers or are considering it will think about what I'm saying. Don't tell everybody your business. You don't have nothing to prove to nobody. If you living good and enjoying your life, everybody don't have to know that. If you're going to wear expensive jewelry, you need to have your security with you, and then pick a venue where you're going to where everybody else is on the same thing. Don't go around people trying to be the big fish in a small pond to stun on people. Again, I'm not saying that that's what this brother was doing. I'm just saying that for those of you out here that do have that mindset where you want to be the big fish in a small pond and you want to go stun on somebody, is it really worth it? You know, I was looking at some other videos here, and I'm still seeing the same pattern, man. You got a lot of these guys hopping on Instagram, can't wait to show off jewelry and chains. See, let me explain something to you young brothers out here that's doing that. That's more of a feminine trait. Today, man, too many of you are showing off things like women, man. Let that be to the women, man, to go and show off stuff they buy, man. Hey, look, you got you some jewelry? Cool. You got a nice watch? Cool. All right. What kind of brownie points you think you're getting by showing that off to people, man? You creating problems for yourself unnecessarily. Just stop and consider that, man. The unnecessary problems that you're creating for yourself by posting all your business, posting all these pictures where you got this money all over the place, man. Don't do that. See, look, a real boss, you ain't got money in your hand, man. It's on a card, okay? It's in your bank account. You want to stunt and floss about how much you got if you just got to do that? Let that be in the places that you go where people know that, okay, to be here, you got to have some money. If you just got to floss that way. You would enjoy your life a lot better if you master not trying to put your business out there with everybody. There should always be things, if you are a public figure, that nobody should know about you. It should be some pictures that people not going to see online. It should be some things that just kept between you, your friends, and your family. Everybody ain't supposed to have access to everything about you like that. So I'm saying that for the sisters out here, man, and brothers, it's up to you to teach them. It's up to you to teach these sisters that you're dealing with out here that, hey, we not going to be the couple posting everything online. That's not for everything, ain't for online consumption. This addiction to these clicks and likes nowadays is killing some of our people unnecessarily. In a perfect world, should you be able to go wherever you want and do whatever you want and wear what you want? Yes, you should. But we don't live in that world today. We live in this world where we got dusty fuck niggas and bitches that ain't worth shit, that'll set people up and run up on you and take your life. And I want you to understand something. If you are unfortunate enough to find yourself in a situation where somebody pulled down on you and they got the drop on you, let them have that shit. It ain't worth your life. If you're moving right anyway, you already got insurance on it. Let them have it, man. It's better for you to let them have that shit and replace it with new stuff than sit there and try to fight over it and you take your life, man. Ain't no material possession worth your life. Let them have that shit. If they get the drop on you, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got no security. Nah, man, let them get it. You stay here another day. You can get that bullshit that they take back. Please understand what I'm saying. The next part of this made my damn blood boil. Because this is the part right here where I want to make sure that them fuck niggas understand that it makes them look like bitches. This right here. Yeah, you looking at it right. That's that piece of shit, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Homie died and he got the waffle emoji over here. See, this some bitch right here. If you gonna run up on somebody, why y'all ain't ran up on him? And I'm just asking a question. Why is he still running around free? He disrespected Nipsey. You disrespected PNB Rock. He done disrespected several people that's no longer here. But nobody touch him, huh? I'm just going to say it flat out. He shouldn't be able to come nowhere in LA or Philadelphia after this, man. Y'all running up on the wrong people out here. I'm going to close it right here. I want y'all to reflect on everything that was stated. R.I.P. to that young brother, PNB Rock's family. And may his children be blessed and comforted beyond all human understanding. And may his girl be comforted beyond all human understanding, because I know that's weighing heavy on her heart, man, that, you know, she wishing that she probably wouldn't have posted that. This is why we have to make sure that we think about the things we do in life, because there's some things, once you make certain choices or decisions, you can't take them back. For the men and the women out here, we all have to be careful, brothers and sisters. Take care of each other. Black first. I'll see you all in future content.